shadows among the moon. Far beyond the reaches of known space, where the cosmos painted tales of solitude and the void echoed with the whispers of the forgotten, lay a distant outpost on a moon orbiting a gas giant. Here, in the desolation of the cosmos, a lone space marine named Captain Rennick found himself marooned, forgotten by the galactic forces that once stationed him there. The moon, a desolate landscape of jagged rocks and desiccated soil, offered little solace to the forgotten warrior. Captain Rennick's days were spent hunting local creatures, alien beasts that roamed the moon's surface. Each day, he tracked them with an almost primal instinct, seeking sustenance to survive the isolation. As the gas giant loomed in the sky, its vast rings casting shadows over the lunar surface, Captain Rennick's nights were filled with an eerie silence. Until one fateful night, when the silence was shattered by a low growl that seemed to reverberate through the very fabric of the moon. The first encounters were subtle, a rustle in the lunar dust, a fleeting shadow in the moonlight. Captain Rennick dismissed them as the natural sounds of the alien moon, where unseen creatures danced in the darkness. But the unease grew as the nocturnal visits became a nightly ritual. Each morning, Captain Rennick found the outpost's perimeter damaged, supplies pilfered or ruined. The creature, unseen and unknown, played a sinister game of cat and mouse with the forgotten space marine. It was as if the moon itself harbored a malevolent force that toyed with the last vestiges of sanity within Rennick's mind. The captain, armed with his trusty laser rifle, patrolled the outpost each night, scanning the shadows for the elusive predator. But the creature was cunning, striking from the darkness, letting Rennick see it just for a moment and disappearing like a phantom before Rennick could retaliate. With each passing day, the outpost deteriorated. Captain Rennick's makeshift weapons began to malfunction, showing signs of interference that defied logical explanation. The outpost's electronic systems malfunctioned, and even the most reliable weapons jammed or misfired. He thought, what are the odds of that? I mean, a few things breaking down is somewhat expected, but for all the equipment at the same time, this is not on. This mission was supposed to be a breeze, so much for that. Isolation descended into paranoia as Rennick, haunted by the nightly torment, questioned his own sanity. He scavenged the outpost for spare parts, attempting to repair his dwindling arsenal. Yet, the unseen adversary continued its relentless assault, pushing the space marine to the brink of desperation. In the lunar twilight, as the gas giant cast long shadows over the outpost, Captain Rennick stumbled upon a peculiar material. A strange alloy, glimmering with an otherworldly sheen, emerged from the wreckage of a damaged supply pod. It was a discovery that held the promise of a potential advantage against the elusive foe. Armed with the newfound alloy, Rennick fashioned crude weapons, a bladed staff and a makeshift shield. He prowled the lunar surface, determined to face the unknown creature on his own terms. The gas giant's rings, illuminated by the distant sun, cast an ethereal glow on the moon's landscape. The creature, sensing Rennick's newfound resolve, escalated its attacks. Each night, it grew bolder, its ominous presence felt in the shadows that flickered across the outpost's walls. Yet, with each confrontation, Rennick's makeshift weapons held their ground, the strange alloy proving effective against the unseen adversary. With phantom blows bouncing off the shield made there was a humming sound with each blow from the phantom creature, and felt like it had some weight to the attacks, but like before, as soon as he blocked with the newly crafted shield and quickly went to attack offensively, nothing was there. Amid the struggle, Rennick couldn't shake the feeling that reality itself was shifting. The gas giant's ring seemed to warp, and the moon's desolation took on an otherworldly quality. He questioned whether the isolation had finally eroded his sanity or if the moon harbored secrets beyond the grasp of human understanding. One fateful night, as Rennick confronted the creature beneath the eerie glow of the gas giant, a voice echoed through the lunar stillness. It was not the growl of a predatory beast but the haunting whisper of an entity that seemed to resonate with the very essence of the moon. "Captain Rennick," the voice murmured, its cadence both ethereal and disconcerting. "You are not alone in the shadows. I am the guardian of this moon, the ancient sentience that lingers within the very rocks and dust." The gas giant's rings pulsed with an otherworldly energy, casting a surreal glow over the moon's surface. The unseen adversary revealed itself, not as a creature of flesh and blood, but as a manifestation of the moon's ancient consciousness, disturbed by the presence of an intruder. The lunar guardian spoke of eons past, of a time when cosmic energies imbued the moon with sentience. It had observed the arrival of Captain Rennick and, misunderstanding his presence, sought to protect the moon from perceived threats. The nightly encounters were not acts of aggression but the Guardian's attempts to communicate. As Rennick absorbed the Guardian's tale, a sense of cosmic understanding settled within him. The strange alloy he had discovered was a conduit for the moon's consciousness, a material that bridged the gap between human and lunar sentience. In a moment of revelation, Rennick realized that the gas giant's rings were not mere reflections, they were conduits of cosmic energy, linking the moon's consciousness with the lunar guardian, once a mysterious adversary, now sought an alliance with the forgotten space marine. United with the guardian's consciousness, Captain Rennick felt a surge of cosmic energy coursing through his veins. The gas giant's rings resonated with newfound luminosity as the moon's sentience merged with the human psyche. The outpost, once a crumbling haven, now radiated with a celestial aura. Captain Rennick, which only became apparent to him after he merged with the entity before that the outpost looked like ruins which made little sense. But now a feeling of understanding washed over him like an ethereal bath, cleansing him of any connection to his old world, and this is why he had lost all communication with the High Command, armed not with crude weapons but with a cosmic understanding, patrolled the lunar surface alongside the Guardian. The gas giant's rings pulsed in unison with their steps, casting a radiant glow. Rennick asked if others could reach the newfound connections that he had forged with the Guardian. The Guardian paused for a moment, and said this outpost on this moon had many before him, but he was the first that passed the trials. To become a watcher of the moon, not an easy feat, testing human willpower to the extreme limits. Together, the forgotten space marine and the lunar guardian became custodians of the moon's cosmic legacy. As they walked, Rennick observed that time and aging had not moved after the merge, and he had completely disappeared into the void of reality. The outpost, once a lonely place on the fringes of unknown space, became forgotten once more, until the next visitor came and tested the Guardian's resolve and trials.